Right, welcome back to the channel. I hope everybody's keeping safe and well. Trying times at the moment. Obviously still in lockdown, but people can get out into the garages and start working on the projects. Right, as promised, back on the Z650 as of today, and hopefully there should be no more interruptions or deviations, hopefully, I say, unless something else comes up, and hopefully get this finished. I say the only thing I won't be able to do just yet is obviously the paintwork, because it is just far too cold at the moment. I'm not having the paintwork done outside. I'm actually doing it myself. Again, I've wanted to do as much as the Z650 project as I can. At the moment I've done everything from front to back. I've learned and I've done the whole lot myself. Right, as promised, the wiring loom has finally arrived. I had a few comments that I did mention this has actually come from Z Power. I'll leave a link in the description to their website. Great service, great guys, and got here really quickly. So I'm going to unwrap this, we'll have a look. As I say, this is a new experience for me. Obviously fitting a wiring loom to a bike and plugging everything in and making sure I've got everything. I still don't know, obviously, until I start to lay this loom in. I need to find out obviously how it goes along the frame and have I got everything. I have gone through my box. I've dug out the actual positive wire from the battery, the negative wire, and the fuse box. Again, doesn't look too brilliant, so might have to get a replacement, but we'll see how that goes. Also, the cables for the bike have arrived. So we've got throttle cable. I think that's the other throttle cable, clutch cable, speedo and tacho cable. Those they're all Slinky Glide. They're from my local parts place, which is wemoto.com. Again, link in the description. Good service, great parts. I use them a lot, so we can fit those as well. But let's unwrap this wiring loom, see what we've got. Right, I also printed out, went on to CMS again, printed out one of the actual chassis with some of the bolts I need to replace. A couple of those have arrived, and obviously the actual electrical. So again, that will go, at the moment I'll just plonk them in there, but that will go in my folder. Right, so let's get this open. Right, so that's actually a bonus. It actually comes with the rear lighting subloom as well. All nicely done. So that is the complete loom. Oil pressure switch, I've actually marked that one. Right, let's unwrap. Let's uncoil that and have a proper look. Move that tower one to one side. Yeah, so that is the, I say this is going to take some working out, but that is the complete loom. Right, so I've dug out the Haynes manual and also the Climber manual. I will probably look and see if I can get a colour version of this. So they are completely different in the way they've drawn them. So this is Climber. And that's the Haynes, this one. Right, so we move the rear loom apart over the side. And literally it's trying to work out what goes where. So there for the headlight, black, yellow, black, white, yeah, this is going to take some laying out. What I'll probably start doing is actually labelling up. I mean, they've labelled up the oil pressure switch, which is great. Right, what I think I'll do is I'll pull the Z forward, take off the tank, because obviously the loom for the clocks is all inside the headlight, and obviously the switches, it's all buried inside, and you've got a switch there as well. So I'll move this forward and we'll start taking the bodywork off. Right, so I've removed the seat and one side panel and the tank, because obviously I've still got a few wires here which are up from the ignition coils. We've got one there which I believe is from the brake switch, and then this lot. That one is from that switch. That one is from this switch. So again, should be able to start getting an idea of colours. To actually match in. With these. Right, so that's a plug. Alright, let me quickly take out this one and I can try and work out, I think that might be the rear. Electrics has never been my strong point, but it doesn't connect to that one. It's not that one. I think the rear connects into there. 5 pin, 5 pin. Yep, that's the rear. Alright, so that should hopefully kind of make sense. I think what I'll probably do is lay it just on top and see what I can work out from that. Towel light, I need to do the wiring on that one because I don't think that was cut. But I can have a look at the rear stems, rear indicators. Right, let me get set up, and as I say, I'll mount the camera where everybody can see, and then we'll lay the loom out. As I say, this will probably, I don't know whether to just do this as a continuation or actually split it into parts, but we'll see how it goes. Right, so I've just loosely assembled. There's no bolt in the back. The actual rear indicator with one of the leads. I'm actually at the moment in the process of just putting on the front ones again, loose fit. Obviously the stems are bolted in one wire through, so I can actually work out how the front one goes back together. I'm just going to do this one quickly. I say it is quite a simple process. It's just feeding it through, bringing it out. You do have to open up that adjuster slightly just to get the screw in that groove. So let's get that one on, and then we'll lay the wiring loom. I say I'm just going to lay it over the top to the back so I can work out where things go. Right, so that's both indicators in place with the wires. So we know now that this is the rear. So I'm just going to unhook, place that back in the bag because I'm not going to be using it just yet. Right, so we'll lay this out and put this on the bike. So I'm actually hoping in theory that this should be all the front. Again, don't have a bulb, so, but if I can actually match up to some of these wires and plugs and colours. So let me pull some of these through, and then we'll try and match them to this. Right, so I've actually decided to make it easier for myself at the moment is to remove the headlight bowl and then just put the indicators back in so I can actually feed the wires up round the side, and then see if I can actually start to work out what goes where. I'd say for definite that is headlight. The only thing I'm seeing at the moment is some of these wires aren't actually matching up with the plugs I've got. That one looks the same, but that one's a 6. There isn't a 6. So I'm going to have to cross-reference this with the actual manual, see if I can work out the colours. From the actual plugs. Right, so probably what I'm going to have to do is I'm actually going to photograph each one of these plugs with the colours of the wires, and then work out from that and the wiring diagram which colours I've actually got, because these connections are different. I knew these switches would be different connections. At the moment they were as close as I could find to the originals. And at the end of the day, if it comes to it, I change the plugs on the parts I've already got, not the loom, to actually fit the loom. So I'm going to do some homework on this. As I say, I'm going to take photos of all the colours of the wires, and then I can sit down and actually draw this out on a piece of paper and cross-reference it back to this wiring loom. So I should have that done by the next episode, and then we'll continue on. As I say, I don't want to rush this wiring loom. I want to make sure that I get everything right, everything's plugged in correctly to where it should go, because it'll be so nice to actually get power through this. As I say, it started, as you've seen, bits. So that'll be my task before the next episode, is photograph all these and then try and match up with that diagram. Right, so thanks for joining me on that one. Sorry we didn't get as far forward as I wanted to. As I say, this is a brand new experience for me on wiring. It's never been my strong point, and as I say, I want to make sure that this goes in correct. The loom is the correct loom for the bike. It's a Z650 B1, 1977. But I just need to go through all of the electrical connections I've got, see what goes where. As I say, I knew these were going to be different. I'm just a bit baffled on the clock ones at the moment, but as I say, I'm going to photograph them, go through, and then when we come back in the next episode, I should have a lot more done, and I'll try and tag each of the wires on the new loom so I know exactly where it goes from the diagram. I'll take the Climber manual and the Haynes manual in, and just that will be my project. So as soon as I've got that done, we can get back on and see where we go. As usual, comments in the comments box below. I appreciate all your feedback, all your comments. Link to my Facebook page in the description, so say if you want to pop across there, say hello, join everybody else, show me your bikes, show me your projects, whatever you're up to, always interested. There are links to other videos top left and top right. Join me again next time. Thanks for watching. Cheers. Bye.